Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of Enigmatica 2 Expert. How are you doing? In between the episodes I didn't do much. I actually did only mining. I gathered resources so that throughout this episode we don't have to worry about them. Everything is prepared so that this one hopefully goes smoothly. I hope. Also I did do a bunch of quests. You can see one of them behind me. That wind turbine from Mechanism. There were some quests which were just a bunch of crafting, so I finished them. For instance, in Forestry, I made the squeezer, and now we have the connecting quest, which we already did, so I could claim them. I did a little bit in Mechanism, well, the wind turbine, the steel, and these things that I forgot. So we got a few loot bags, and I didn't have to cook, so that was nice. The first thing that I want to do today is to modify our smeltery and make it much more efficient using Tinker.io. Tinker.io adds a bunch of devices that you can add to your smeltery and it will rapidly increase the output. My pickaxe! I lost it! I made a new one. Okay. Sorry guys that I got excited. I lost this pickaxe between episode 3 and 4 and for the life of me I couldn't find it. I looked every single chest and it was here all along. And I don't walk here, ever. Anyway, we are going to need to craft a bunch of stuff. One of them is the smart output, which requires ice, and one of them is the slot upgrade, tier 4. And it needs night slime. So we need to find purple slime, and I believe there is a slime island nearby. Okay, we're good. You know guys, this liquid slime, you can actually just put it directly inside your smeltery. You don't need to have this, but I need a lot of buckets and I need a lot of tanks, which I don't have, so we're taking the slime. Cool, we have night slime. We are also going to need a lot of paper. The seared stone that you have in this recipe, you cannot make it from bricks or from grout, so you have to cast it inside a basin, like so. And also we need some ice. I got this from a quest and I think I can just chisel it back. Yeah. Okay, we have ice. So the only thing that I could craft was the smart output and some upgrades. The solid fuel part has been disabled in this pack for some reason. I believe the reason for that is that you can put different liquids inside the smeltery instead of lava and they will have different effects on the ores or something. This is maybe why it has been disabled, but we are not going to need any of these, so we just remove them very delicately and we put the smart output here. And of course we need to remove you and put a mechanical pipe. I made an ultimate mechanical pipe because we already had all the alloys. And we configured this to extract. Good. I don't know if you can configure this to work on... Oh, you can. Okay. You just have to right click. So I can also put a lever here. And... Yep. That's very good. I forgot that this thing does not work with item conduits from Ender.io, so we are going to use an ultimate logistical transporter from Mechanism, and we also configure this to pull, and the iron should get extracted if we put a cast. So right now this is the speed, which is much faster than the normal casting table that we have, but if we put the speed upgrades, this is the speed. I love this. This is very cool. So from now on, if I want to use the smeltery, it will be very fast and efficient. I know that you can cast out plates and gears inside the press from immersive engineering, but this is here and it's functioning, so why change it? Just out of curiosity, it's said that it will also work with liquid starlight. So if I have you instead of lava and I put iron here, it's not significantly faster. Why do you say lava? It's not lava. Oh, you just noticed. Okay, that's actually slightly faster now that it detected the change. We are making starlight. By the way, this thing works perfectly. I emptied this chest before I started recording this episode and it's almost full again. So this is awesome. I'm very happy with this because I mined a lot and I'm getting a ton of resources. But while doing this, I realized something. We're getting a ton of NuclearCraft ores, also uranium. So I thought we should get into NuclearCraft because it seems to be very important for this mod pack. Also, we can make a reactor, and that seems to be one of the things that have been tweaked. So if we manage to make a reactor from NuclearCraft, we're actually benefiting from the fact that some of the reactors or generators in this mod pack have been tweaked and they produce much more power. I'm very afraid of NuclearCraft because I never done anything with it except those devices, the simple ones, and I have to do some reading, I guess. A few days ago someone suggested that I should start making compressed cobblestone because we need to get the portal to the deep dark. I built this thing but I forgot to use it, so we might as well set it up before we get distracted. So this thing itself is not going to need power, so we just put it here and yeah, I guess you can be useful. Oh, there's a gap. Okay, this thing is working and I managed to make a recipe for quintuple compressed cobblestone, and I think that should be enough for now. That is not going to be very fast. I did a ton of research on NuclearCraft and I have already crafted everything. The recipes for stuff are available in the JEI and there was nothing complicated about them, but the only thing that you should think of before getting into this is that you're going to need a lot of tough alloy, and I'm very happy that I upgraded our Tinker's smeltery on time. So the way this works is that you're going to need a casing like the big reactors mod, and it can be a maximum of 24 by 24 by 24. You cannot have corners, you cannot put reactor casings on the corners, so the corners have to be like this, but you can put the reactor controller anywhere you want. So we can put it here and it will detect the multi-block structure. It will say that it's 3 by 3 by 3 and obviously it has no fuel. I also learned that fuel in this mod has different tiers, and we have to start with the basic one, which is the TBU fuel, which we get from thorium-232, which we get it from an isotope separator from thorium. I already made an isotope separator and it's here with speed upgrades, which we got from a quest, and managed to make one pallet. So if we hold shift and look at this, it will tell us that the base power is 180 RF and it generates a little bit of heat. The RF that this one generates depends on how many reactor cells you have inside your reactor and how you place them, because this is basically a puzzle and you have to think before you make your reactor. This is my first reactor, so obviously it's going to be horrible. So if we have two cells, we will have 360 RF per tick. If we have two cells next to each other, and I remove this one, we will get a bonus, and that would be good, I guess. Anyway, it also makes a certain amount of heat, which is written 21.5, and we need to get rid of that heat with an active or a passive coolant. There are different options, and if you hold shift on them, it will tell you that how should they be placed. I saw that the Enderium cooler seems to be the best one. So we need Enderium. Do you remember last episode I told you that I'm mining on Y level 5 or 6? This is why. I wanted platinum, and with platinum we should be able to make a few Enderium. I'll see how many we can make. That was too far. If I'm not mistaken, the ratio for Enderium is 1 platinum per 3 lead ingot and 4 ender pearls. And this is not being smelted. But it can be melted inside a melter, so we put 20 of you here, and yes. Good. How do we get it out? Please tell me with a bucket. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. And we can just put it inside the smeltery. Yes, molten Enderium. I am so happy. If we hold shift on this, it will tell us that it must touch exactly 3 reactor casings. So it can be put on the corners. Very easy, and I don't need to solve a puzzle. And about this, I heard that you can put it like so and put a graphite block, and this will increase the reactivity, and we should be having a lot more RF. So we close it down and we check. Oh, we don't have fuel. I put one fuel. It will give me 840 RF and the heat is negative. So this works. Yeah, there you go. I added another cell and now it's at 1000 RF and still the heat is negative. So if I want to run this, it works perfectly and I can generate enough RF. In order to see if the reactor works, I made a Fission Reactor port and a lever. So we turn you on and see if you are working. This is so nice. Can I go in when it's on, or will I die? No, I don't. So I can put an extra cell and we lock it back up. This thing is producing 1260 RF. That's more than the entire solar panels that I have combined, including that stupid thing. Okay, that's good. Alright guys, for now I think I'm going to leave it here because it powers these machines and I'm using these machines, so it's going to be useful here. But in between episodes I'm going to go and do a lot of mining, process a lot of ores so that we can make a bigger one over there and hopefully speed up our ore tripling system and also expand our industrial area now that we know what route we should take. I'm actually very happy with this. I just realized that 1.2% of my audience is female, so I put the flowers back. There you go. There's nothing wrong with being girly. Alright guys, last episode I said that I want to get into blood magic. So, if I manage to get a blood altar today, I consider myself very lucky. We're going to need a bunch of stuff. So, we're going to need a demonic will, which we will get into that later, but for now we're going to need a glass lens. And that requires a mirrored glass, which I believe requires infusion. I don't want to do research now. Okay, if this plan works, it would be very lovely. I know the recipe how to make the mirrored glass and... oh, it does work. Okay, without the research. That is very nice. As always, I have all the ingredients and we have our thing. I forgot the name. Alright guys, I've crafted everything and the only thing that we're going to need in order to make a blood altar is some rudimentary snares. How do we make them? Okay, that's easy. That's nothing. That's nice. I do not know for how long am I able to cheese the system. The problem is that I do not have any string and I do not have a mob farm. So I thought we should grow a little bit of string on a tree. So I have some silkworms and we just infest the trees and get a lot of string. Now that we have our rudimentary snares, I think we can unlock this one. Oh, blank slate. I prefer a living rock. Oh, it gives us both. Okay, that's fine. That is very fine. So now we can go and hunt some demonic will. Alright guys, the night is coming and the way this works is that we're going to have to throw these rudimentary snares on a mob, and when it converts, we have to kill it with our sword. And then it will drop a demonic will. I have to turn my particles on. How do you do that? Okay, all. So we have a zombie. It didn't work. There's a chance that it would work. Oh, come on. Ah, there you go. He has white particles and now if we kill him, we get a demonic will. Good, and it's 1.6. That is very good. We need things that are more than one at least. I need another mob. So this one has the lowest value. I'm going to use it in order to make a blood altar. Perfect. It's not a quest? Yeah, it was a quest. I had to activate some stuff. So we have our blood altar and this is the gateway into blood magic. Okay, so we need to make a Hellfire Forge, but it needs Stardust. Hi. I'm not very advanced in Astral Sorcery, we only have 2 chapters open. We need the 3rd chapter, which I don't remember its name, but I know that whenever you make the crafting table of one chapter, the other chapter will be unlocked. So we need to make this altar. It needs a night ore and we have everything else. I thought before upgrading this luminous crafting table to the next tier, we should make a faucet resonator, because this will help us to locate if there are any high concentrations of starlight near us. But we have to wait for nighttime again. Where's the sun? Oh, the sun is there. Okay, cool. When it's nighttime, we should be able to find it. During the night, when you're walking around with your faucet resonator in your hand, you can find something like this. This means that the starlight in this place has high concentration and crafting stuff will be easier. So it's better to put your altar here. I just mark it and I'll go craft the stuff we need. And we need pearls. Okay, I have prepared an area there because that seems to be our Astral Sorcery area. That has the best concentration of starlight and, well, I don't mind me building it there. Anyway, I forgot to mention that first of all we're going to need a multi-block structure for the next altar, which I have already made. And the reason that we need that is that we're going to need a linking tool in order to make star metal. So this is the goal. And this is the multi-block structure. If you look at your Astral Sorcery tomb, it will tell you how it's made. I just copied the design. You don't have to upgrade the table here, but if you just upgrade it, then it won't function. So I brought everything that we're going to need, and I forgot how to make it. Okay, so you here, no? So this is the starlight power that we currently have. Because this is a high concentration area, this will be always full, and it's very nice because we can craft stuff. It's being upgraded and it's done. Good. So now I can make my linking tool, which I believe was like so. No. To aquamarine. Good. Finally, our linking tool. Good. We just need one piece of iron and we can have star metal. Oops, that was a stupid throw. Yes, iron. The way this works is that you're going to have to find a temple which has one of those crystals, and then you're going to have to make a hole so that it has access to the sky. And then we're going to put our iron ore here. We select our linking tool and we bind it to this one. And something should happen. Ah, okay, right click, not shift right click. There you go. And I think we can just put it inside the enrichment factory. Good. We just need one dust. And finally, one Hellfire Forge. Oh boy, that was difficult. I was not expecting that. Alright guys, the Hellfire Forge is the crafting table of blood magic. So, the first thing that we're going to need to make is a Tartaric gem. So, we put a demonic wheel here, it will consume 1 point and it will give us a Tartaric gem. A petty Tartaric gem, but that's good enough. And I want to make 2. Yes. And the reason we're going to need 2 is that with the other one we're going to make a sentient sword. Now that we have the sentient sword, we don't need to have rudimentary snares anymore. We can just go get the mobs and get the demonic wheel, and it will go inside our Tartaric gem, and we can later upgrade it to higher levels and it will hold more demonic wheels so that we can craft more items, better items, and also the armor. That is very good. So right now my Tartaric gem is empty and I have 2 demonic will. If I throw them on the ground, like so, and walk over them, they will be absorbed by this one. And now the entire demonic will is inside this one. This is good because then you won't fill your inventory with a lot of demonic will. Actually, it's the only way. There's no other way. Alright guys, I think it's also time to wrap up the episode. I was hoping to have flight by the end of this episode, but unfortunately we're still far away. We had a few complications and I thought I should get into NuclearCraft because I really wanted to try the reactor. I thought it should have enough power, but it's more than I imagined. So I'm very happy with that. I will gather enough resources in between episodes and hopefully next episode we should be able to make a far bigger reactor which generates a lot more RF, and we will have flight. Life will be great. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.